I see that Meech home concert got the streets talking. The biggest Meech home, the streets back. That's what I'm talking about. That's how real niggas come home and get it down.
Yes, Charleston White is correct. I'm a rapper, not a dealer. Be sure to catch my new show, 50 Cent, 50 Ways to Catch a Couple.
50, who own your masters? Who own your masters? I buy your masters. You ready? I will buy your masters.
50 Cent is clowning hard right now. And Big Meech is catching strays after word spread that Rick Ross allegedly scammed him out of a jaw-dropping $120 million deal. Ross was running his mouth heavy, bragging about blockbuster movies, big projects, and building a whole empire. But when it came time to actually deliver, Meech got played. Nothing ever showed up, no money, no projects, just empty talk. Now he's left out here looking broke while 50 is turning his name into a worldwide punchline. It's gotten so wild that fans are literally saying the only way this beef ends is if Meech steps into a ring and throws hands with 50 himself. Can you imagine that showdown? But let's rewind and break down how the whole mess began.
So look, I do want to do a BMF film because you've been entertained by a lackluster, small budget series. Now it's time to do a big budget film. Which director? Shout out to my homie F. Gary Gray, Antoine Foucault, what's up? Tarantino. There's a lot of legends. This is gonna be big, I can feel it.
After Big Meech left the streets behind, he thought his comeback was set in stone. Big bags, Hollywood deals, and his story finally getting told the right way. That's when Rick Ross slid in, flashing money and talking slick about a so-called $120 million film empire. He promised the world movies, blockbusters, and all kinds of deals that sounded like they would rewrite history. On paper, it looked like Meech was finally about to cash in on his legendary name. But the ugly truth? Rick Ross never came through with a single thing. Instead, he flipped the entire play, using Meech's legacy like a cheap prop just to flex in his never-ending war with 50 Cent. While Ross was busy dangling fake movie dreams and chasing clout, it was 50 who actually backed up his talk. He's the one who put real money into the BMF show, paid for Lil Meech's acting classes, and gave him a legit platform to shine on screen. Ross turned out to be nothing but empty promises and free publicity off Meech's name. The difference couldn't be louder. One man was actually building while the other was straight bluffing. And it ain't just 50 Cent saying he carried the whole weight. Even people inside Meech's own circle are backing that up. Now word on the street is that Big Meech is heated, broke, and finally waking up to the fact that Ross only latched onto him just to get under 50's skin. That's the real humiliation right there. Instead of leveling up like he planned, Meech is stuck looking like a pawn in somebody else's war. But here's the kicker. The broken promises were just the warm-up. The real chaos started once Meech's own son got caught on camera hanging out with Ross at the club. Picture this, only days after those leaked texts popped up online where Lil Meech was allegedly saying, F Ross, suddenly he's right there in the club, shoulder to shoulder with him. Like, how does that even add up? The footage spread like wildfire, cameras flashing, red lights glowing, Ross and Lil Meech whispering, posing, and cheesing for pics like nothing ever happened. Fans lost their minds, questioning loyalty, calling it staged, and wondering if Lil Meech was playing both sides. And of course, 50 Cent couldn't let that moment slide. He jumped online instantly, throwing shade the way only 50 can. His joke? He said Ross told Lil Meech to give up his dad's address so he could send over some free Wingstop wings. Imagine that. 50 taking your messy family drama and flipping it into a fast food punchline for the whole world to laugh at. Savage. But that Wingstop punchline wasn't just a random joke from 50, it was a warning shot. He was basically saying, Ross ain't feeding Meech opportunities, he's just tossing him scraps like leftovers. And if you thought that was harsh, wait until you hear the bomb 50 dropped about Lil Meech behind the scenes. Out of nowhere, he posted, then deleted, a claim that he personally had to send Lil Meech to rehab. According to 50, Meech was showing up on set completely lit, barely able to function.
Okay, you understand that?
Can I call my mom or somebody, please?
We'll do that after.
Okay.
All right, just turn around for me, be cooperative. Everything that's video and audio surveillance. Plus, I'm on body cam. You understand that? Okay.
He even said during a weapons test, Lil Meech couldn't hold it together and ended up throwing up on the spot. Then, to make it even wilder, they allegedly found whippets in his truck. 50 admitted he didn't even know what whippets were until then, said he had to Google it himself. And he painted the picture of him stepping up like the responsible big bro, keeping Lil Meech on track while his own father was supposedly hyping up those same reckless habits. And if that wasn't enough proof of the chaos, let's not forget, Lil Meech even got himself arrested at an airport. Like seriously, how many red flags can you stack up before it's clear something's going off the rails? So when 50 put that story out, people were shook. The conversation flipped instantly. Instead of seeing him as just trolling.
Do I feel bad for Lil Meech? I don't feel bad for no grown man on this planet. Like, I'm a grown man. Why the f I gotta feel bad for another grown man? Like, you a grown man too. What you asking for my sympathy for? You be alright.
Fans started asking if 50 actually saved Lil Meech's entire career from collapsing before it even took off. And if 50 really kept Lil Meech from spiraling, then why on earth is Meech siding with Rick Ross now of all people? That's when the drama exploded even more, because another voice jumped in and took it to the next level. Michael Rainey Jr., the face everyone knows as Tariq from Power, hopped on live and he did not hold back. A fan threw him a direct question. Did he feel bad for Lil Meech? And instead of sugarcoating or staying neutral, Rainey went savage mode and gave his unfiltered take straight to the camera. That live clip spread like wildfire. Reposts, shares, blogs, everyone talking. And of course, 50 Cent couldn't resist jumping in.
February 13th, the Big Meech benefit concert. It's gonna be iconic. Too many names to list, but let me salute some of the legends. Lil Baby, Boss Man D-Lo, 21 Savage, Sexy Red, Ricky Rose. Now, this the first time it's ever been done. Me performing BMF with the icon himself. This shit gonna be special.
Epic.
Get your tickets right now.
I'm back.
He instantly reposted it on his own page with one of his classic laughing captions, making it loud and clear that he was 100% standing behind his power star. It was 50 doubling down on the narrative that Lil Meech was soft, ungrateful, and losing respect from the entire G-Unit and Power family circle. The timing? Brutal. For Lil Meech, it looked like doors were closing fast and the industry heat was slipping through his hands. But here's the part people forget. This tension didn't just pop up out of nowhere. It had been bubbling since Big Meech's so-called Welcome Home concert flopped. The streets were expecting an epic night, stacked with rap heavyweights, fireworks, and history in the making. Instead of locking in with 50, the man who literally turned his life into a TV empire, Meech leaned on Rick Ross to push it. That move backfired instantly. The concert never even happened, and for 50, that was the last straw. He straight up accused Meech of cutting deals with the feds and took the beef to the internet with non-stop shots, meme after meme. Suddenly, the same fans who once crowned Meech a street legend were questioning everything about his name and his alliance with Ross. That was just gasoline thrown straight on the flames.
I wasn't going to address this because I'm not trying to let nobody trick me off the streets. But I never folded, never told, never will. Death before dishonor, always with me.
It made Meech look like he sold out loyalty just to chase clout. 50 pushed that narrative so hard online that people started treating it like gospel truth. What should have been Meech's epic comeback moment flipped into the point where fans stopped riding for him. And that's when Meech finally snapped. He clapped back loud. He dropped a throwback pic of himself with 50. But this time, he slapped a giant rat emoji right across 50's face.
You took a picture with Rick Ross. Put your back against the wall and just slide down.
No guessing games, no subliminals. Straight up calling him a snitch. And he didn't stop there. Meech doubled down by branding 50 an internet gangster, saying all he does is troll from behind a phone screen while hiding from real smoke. And of course, Rick Ross couldn't resist piling on. He jumped into the mix, mocking 50 for being salty about their so-called link-up. Fans saw it as a tag team move. Ross and Meech side by side, poking the bear harder just to get under 50's skin. Instead of staying quiet, Ross made sure everybody knew he was riding with Meech and laughing right in 50's face. But here's the wild twist. Fans couldn't ignore the irony. 50 Cent was the one cutting real checks, giving Lil Meech acting classes a platform and TV shine. Meanwhile, Ross only offered photo ops and flashy club moments. Yet Meech looked way more eager to side with Ross. That confusion sparked the next bombshell rumor, that Meech was actually ready to square up and fight 50 for real after that rat emoji post and Ross's non-stop trolling. And trust me, this saga is far from over. So let me know what you think. Is Meech biting the hand that fed him, or is he finally breaking free from 50's control? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, subscribe, and share this video with your people. I'll catch you in the next one. The drama's only getting bigger. The internet went crazy once whispers started about a boxing match between 50 Cent and Big Meech himself. Some folks hyped it as the ultimate showdown, a battle for the ages, but plenty of others thought it was downright sad, saying Meech had been reduced to clout chasing in celebrity boxing just to stay relevant. And then came the twist. Meech added fuel to the fire himself. When asked if he'd ever throw hands, he hinted that he'd lace up the gloves if it came down to it. Even if he was half joking, the internet snatched that clip and ran wild with it. The boxing talk hit the blogs, and overnight the story spread like wildfire. Timelines, podcasts, gossip shows, everybody debating if this fight could actually happen. But the real explosion came when Wack 100 stepped in with his own theory, and what he dropped shook the whole situation. According to him, this drama wasn't just about loyalty or rap beef. It was about deep secrets. Wack claimed that Meech's own confidant, Tammy Cowan, once told 50 that Meech had secretly conspired with federal authorities on other street cases. If that's true, then boxing matches are the least of his problems. That claim hit hard because it suggested Meech might not have been as loyal to the streets as everyone believed. And here's the kicker. Wack said that's exactly where 50's snitch narrative really comes from. But he didn't stop there. He doubled down, stirring things up even more by hinting that Tammy herself had her own reasons for flipping on Meech. Some insiders say she felt abandoned after he got locked up. Others whisper she was fed up with him trying to reclaim his empire without her. Either way, it left fans questioning who was really betraying who, and whether Meech's downfall was coming from the inside all along. Most beefs die down fast, but with Big Meech, every single move sets off a chain reaction. Some folks are calling it straight betrayal, saying 50 gave Lil Meech the keys, only to watch him flip and cozy up with Rick Ross. Others swear this ain't about betrayal at all. It's about raw dominance, because 50 doesn't just play to win. He plays to crush anybody bold enough to cross his lane. And for him, letting Meech slide would look weak. And weakness is one thing 50 refuses to ever show. Now imagine if this tension ever jumps off Instagram and lands inside a boxing ring. It won't be just celebrity entertainment anymore. It'll be a brutal showdown. The final chapter of a feud that's already spiraled way out of control. One man is fighting to protect a legacy, while the other looks like he's tearing it all down just for attention and laughs. And with the way things keep escalating, it's starting to feel less like gossip and more like the next inevitable step waiting to explode. So now I want to hear from you. Do you think Meech betrayed the man who gave him everything? Or is 50 just going too far to prove a point? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, share this story with your crew, and don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss the next wild twist. See you on the next one.